everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So today I thought I would make a little piece of ephemera for the fairy journals that's inspired by a card that I received actually from my local Stampin' Up consultant. She drops off, catalogs and things for me, and each time she does so, she drops off a little card. So this card I've altered that she sent me. It had a little thank you stamp on the front. I removed it and I put this little fairy here. Then on the inside it had like some stamped messages here, and she actually had a tea bag right here, and this folds in and closes, and so it's like a little gift. I just stuck a couple little things here to go with our fairy, and then a little fairy verse on back. So let's try to make these today. So you'll need a piece of cardstock, just 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and a piece of 6 by 6 scrapbook paper, and then any paper that you want to put on the front. She's measured it out to be like within the borders of these two pieces, but I don't think you have to do that way. You could collage, you could do whatever you like. I just want to make the basis of this like kind of like flash out sort of card. I think that's pretty fun. So I've actually already gone ahead and cut my cardstock in half. So they are 8.5 by 11, right? So this is 4 1/4 by 11. I left the whole thing there. So the way that you get started with this is you take the cardstock, and this is nice iridescent scrapbook paper. So you're going to just fold it in half, and use a bone folder so you get a decent crease. Okay. Then you'll need your scoreboard. You need a scoreboard. I only have a little scoreboard. I don't have a big one, so you just line up your scoreboard here, and then we want to create this measurement. So this is 1 1/4 inches. So I just fold the card in half and lay it down, because you can get enough of a mark to make that line. Okay. And for now we're done with the scoreboard. This is the easiest part, the front of this card. So you just bring up the front piece and fold it up. Then you're going to glue together these two top bits here above the part that you just scored. This part glues together. Whoops, my glue coming out? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. So we just bend that down. Give it a press here. Flip it back up. Make sure we have no excess glue. So there we go. We've got the basis of the card, right? This part. Now the harder part for me is the inside. So let me grab I have kind of created a template here. So let's find a piece of paper that we want to use on the inside of this one for a fairy journal. Maybe like something that has like the ability to be written on. I'm just going to go with something kind of neutral like this. So this is 6 by 6, okay? So it has 3 folds in it. So if we look at this one, you'll see this top square and this bottom square. It doesn't have a crease going this way, which means you're not going to crease this way. This way, however, it does. So this is the front of your cardstock, or your scrapbook paper, 6 by 6. So you're going to fold it in half. You could use a scoreboard if it makes you feel more comfortable, like getting exactly the lines that you want. Okay, so that's the first fold. Now there's this fold and this fold, and these are just the basic like folding a piece of paper in half. So just turn the card like this so that it's just, you're looking at a square piece of paper, okay, above you, and then match it here. Now you see it's a half, this half. What do they call this? Hot dog style. This is hot dog style, half and half. And then we have this way, hamburger style. Okay. All right, there we go. So now we've got our whole folded card. Now, what you're gonna do is, again, look at this. Make sure you've got the one that doesn't have a fold. That's the top one, okay? That's got to go in the middle up here. Now you're only going to be applying glue to the top and the bottom unfolded squares. This has to be able to be free. But before we do any gluing, we have to do a little bit of a trick here. So see this center and this outside corner? We have to line up this outside corner with this corner. So first you fold inward. Just kind of, you're going to feel it like it needs to get trained down there, and then you're going to fold it back on itself, right? And you're lining up this corner here, like this in the middle of this piece of paper back here. So see, it's going to create an inward fold that way. So we've done it on one side. You're creating almost like a little box. Now take this corner and bring it here. So again, we fold it down. You've already got all the lines. It's just a matter of sort of training them back on themselves. Okay, and then you've ended up here with this cube, right? Okay, so now your top and bottom squares are the ones that you're going to be applying the glue. So flip it over. You can use whatever glue you want. I'm just using glue stick because it's just regular paper. You know, and try not to get it on the other pieces. So then here, you know, you can measure and make an exact, you know, line if you want to. I'm going to freewheel it because I can. That looks about right to me. And you go all the way to the top. Then the bottom here should just meet where you glued, right? It should be about there. That's why it's important to do that 1 1/4 inch fold. That part can't be freewheeled. And then you'll have just a tiny bit of space at the bottom. Now this will come in, and we'll just give it one more fold down, and just making sure, like if you find that you do need a little more glue, like I didn't get right to the edge, just go back in, glue stick or art glitter glue, you know, that'll be your 100%, you know, first time kind of easy glue, but I think this will be fine. Okay, a little bit there. That side's fine, I think. Yep. Okay, just a little titch on this tip here. Just want to make sure it's definitely going to stay down. There we go. Okay, now train in your edges again and bring it down and just kind of hold it the way that you want it to be. Because this first time you fold it down is kind of going to set the precedent for how it's going to behave. So you're going to kind of feel it like, you know, pressing itself down. So I might be a little off center here. I think I am. Yeah, so we've got a little tip here. Okay, we've got to fix it. Can we fix it? That's the question. I think I can. I don't know. This glue's pretty sticky. This is probably why you should have listened to me and made your mark in the exact center, because I'm just a little too far over. Oh geez. But I wonder if I can make it work. Let me see. Okay. So not a huge big deal. Like essentially that's the structure that we want the card to have. Now can I fold it or trim it in any way that will make it make sense here? Maybe. Let's see. Okay, I don't want to glue it until I know if this is going to work. But if it works, then I'm going to just go ahead and go with it. Let me just see. Okay. Press it down again. And then, actually, I think it might work. We might be okay. Okay. I honestly think that maybe it'll be fine. And it might just be that I didn't even cut it wrong. It might just not be glued right. There we go. All right, just gluing. Sorry if you can't see little bits of what I'm doing here. I'm just fixing up this edge. See, it's not that bad. I'm probably not as flubbed up as I thought I was. Okay, so open and close. Yeah. Okay. It's just about there. Just about in. Yeah. Okay. And I'm wondering, you know what, I'm just going to do this little snippy-do and see if anyone would even notice. Not really, no. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It's fine. For our first try, I didn't do a prototype. I'm good with that. Okay, so let's try doing another one, and try not to flub it up if possible. Okay. I already have made another card, and I was trying out some different things with just like not doing the flaps. I was thinking of like just different ways of doing stuff inside this one, but it didn't go exactly how I wanted, so I just kind of modified it. So I might just even cover this one again, just so we can practice that step. So this is, let me see how close we are to exactly 4 1/4. So it's bang on. Okay, so we need to get to the center. And you know, another thing you could do maybe is, nah, I don't want to fold it because it's cardstock. These are experimentation videos with me, right? A tutorial is like an experiment video. So we need like 2 1/8. So here we have 2 1/4. So here's the 2 1/8. So we make our mark here. That's where the tip of that needs to go. Okay, let's use this paper maybe to just be like a test and see how that will go if I were to glue it here. Okay, and with these, I guess I'd have to glue it to see if it's gonna work. I don't know if I want to. The other problem is we already have the other paper that will be visible there, so this one is just a write-off. So let's set the finished one over here, and we'll try with another piece of the cardstock paper. Let's go with this color this time. I'm gonna fold that down. Okay. And just do a nice bone fold here. And then bring it over here. It's actually good to see this repetitively, probably anyways. And we're going to go to 1 1/4. Oopsies, hold on. This is a textured paper. 1 1/4 right there. Yeah, this is weird to mark. I think I need to use the sharper side. Weird paper this is to mark. Because it's textured? Okay, there we go. Now I can see the mark. Let's put this away. And then fold that up. And we'll do our glue. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just measure this again here. So it is exactly 4 1/4, so we need to go to exactly 2 1/8. Here we go. That's where the tip of the paper needs to go. So then again, we'll find a piece of paper that we want to use with this one. Let's see, what color would I like? Maybe this orange would be cute. Okay, so again, we will use this as a guide. So we need to fold it first forward into a triangle. Okay. Then come back up, and we're going to turn it to a square, and then we're going to fold it hamburger style. And back up, and then we'll fold it hot dog style. Okay. Then you take the one that doesn't have folds in it, right? And that's at the top. Then bring these in, line up this corner to this corner on the inside. So just kind of train it back, as so. Same on this side. Bring it down. Okay. Get in there. And then into a square. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a bone fold just to flatten down this paper. Okay, just so it's very trained into this kind of pop out shape. So this time I'm going to use art glitter glue, I think, and I'll just do a little flat square, and a little in the middle. And we will come up here. Now, this has to go right in the center. Right there. And hopefully this time this works and we don't have anything. Yeah, I still see paper wanting to go that way. Is that because, yeah, there we go. Okay, so when you're doing this, just make sure right here and right here, this is inside the card. That's the key, all right? Make sure that you've got these two edges inside the card. This is backed up all the way. And then just flatten your glue out. And just do that same thing on both sides. Make sure that that midsection there, you might have to give a little pull, a little tug. You want those edges to be on the inside of the card. They can't be coming out. Okay. So right here, just make sure that's inside the card and that's in the inside of the card. So then bring this down and nothing will be sticking out. Okay. So there we go. Pop. All right. That wasn't too painful, right? Now you have options, okay? So your options obviously are you can put something that's a more plain paper here and here for writing space. You could put, you know, a fairy, whatever, whatever you like. And then we have to think about how we want to do the front of the card. So I do like the two pieces of paper here. That's pretty cute, really. And I think I might do that part. And then also I need to find a fairy that I would like to have on there. So let's find a focal point kind of fairy, maybe. I've got this little fairy house. That might be cute. And some purple flowers. I've also got these blue flowers. She's too big. Well, that one's cute too. This. Let's just set these aside. Okay. Make some decisions on what I want to put on here. So I think first I will put some paper down to just give it a background. There's a nice green one. I think at this point you probably want to try to match like whatever you're putting on the front of the card. So maybe try to just like look at how these coordinate. Like, will that coordinate nicely? I might even go with something a little plainer, like a coffee dyed paper. Let me see. Or just something that doesn't have such a loud kind of color to it, or pattern. I think that's the pattern. The other thing too is you could use like a photographic focal point like this, like an image. That would be nice too. Kind of like that now that I look at it. And I might have enough of it that I can put one fairy on top. Let's see. I don't think this is cut very straight though, to be honest, this little scrap. So I might just cut it here. So let's see what we would want. Oops. As the measurement. Oh, this desk. So for this, it is a little over 4. So I would go 4 on the length of what I have here. So what is this? This is almost 6. So if I were to cut this, let's just cut it straight for a sec. And then I wanted to cut it at 4, it would be here. And that would give me, not quite. Let's try just clipping the fairy off. Oh no, it is. It's exactly 4. Okay, so there we go. So we've got the 4. And then I have to find out what I need to remove from this side. What's this? This is 4 1/4. So these are 4 by 4 1/4. So we'll go 4 by 4 maybe. Yeah. Kitty cat. 4 by 4. Could go on here. Then this piece I think is 1 1/4 by 4. So this can be, let's just trim it. So make that 4 long, and it's 1 1/4 I think we said. Yeah, so I go like just under 1 1/4, maybe like 1 1/8, or somewhere in between there. Okay, so this can fit up here maybe. It's still a little big, a little too tall still. Let's just take it down a bit on this end. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So, glue this on. Gonna get any blobs out of the way here. And just kind of eyeball. Not too far over. Okay, right there to about right there. Yeah. You could also stitch around this part first if you wanted to. And then we'll do the same up here. There we go. All right, yeah, that's cute. I think I like it better with like something like this rather than an added focal point. Like, I mean, it could be cute with an added focal point too, right? Like a little fairy house there, but yeah. And then you've got like writing space, you know, obviously in here. But you know, you could put something that will pop out and surprise someone in here too. Or, you know, you could use this up back here. What I think I want to do back here is just put a little bit. Petals fall and thistle down grows. I'm going to add that little verse on the back because I have all these cute little like fairy and nature type woodland verses that I've been clipping from books for these journals. So I'm just going to pop that on here, and then to just make it a little more nice to look at, I'm just going to kind of go over it with a little bit of ink. This is just leftover ink from the Salvage Patina. Now I'm going to go around the card with Salvage Patina too, just because I think it'll add a nice bit of color on this kind of purpley gray, purpley paper. It's really a nice tone, this paper. A little bit of inking, and then you can decide if you want to ink on the inside too. You can. I'm not going to bother. I think that's fine. But yeah, that's a fun little card, right? So yeah, that's that. Took me a minute to kind of figure it out, but I don't think it was too bad, right? So now we have two. I will probably spend a little bit of the day making a few more, but I won't make you watch me do the same thing again and again and again. And so that is it for now for me. I will be back again soon with something else. I will show you, I actually made a video like a couple days ago like showing how to make these cluster, like, whoops, not that, these cluster side tuck pockets, but unfortunately the video was recorded without sound. I don't know what happened. I recorded a couple more videos afterward that didn't have any issue with sound, but that one did, and I don't want to record a voiceover for it because it was long. So yeah, anyways, I made these. I guess the points I wanted to make are just like I'm using up scraps, and then I'm using these butterflies, and I just stitch down the center to make the little body. So these are some clusters. That's not. These are Amity Bloom pocket tags. I've been working on those too for the journals. This is all just from my current ephemera that I've been working on for the journals. So yeah, just have fun with making clusters with scraps and packaging paper. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll talk again very soon. I definitely recommend making these even as a little gift to give a tea bag. It's really sweet. So bye for now, everyone.